Welcome to the Taiwan language episode, a podcast for learning and insights in Mandarin and Taiwanese. I'm your host, Yasmin. Today I'm gonna to talk about something really interesting. Dragons. In Taiwan, dragons are everywhere. You see them in culture, place names we use. This whole idea of dragons actually comes from Chinese culture. Back in ancient times, dragons were a big deal. They represented power, majesty, and nobility. In fact, dragons were basically the symbol of kings. But it wasn't just about power. Dragons also stood for good fortune, success, and prosperity. That's why so many people in Taiwan consider dragons lucky. In feng shui, a dragon's lair is believed to be one of the most powerful spots for bringing good luck. And here is a fun fact. Lots of Taiwanese parents really want to have babies in the year of the dragon. They believe that being born in the dragon year means the child will have a strong destiny like an emperor and bring even more blessings to the family. Now, because many early immigrants from China moved to Taiwan, they also brought their beliefs and traditions about dragons. That's why even today, you can see so many places names with dragon in them. For example, there is a place called Long Tan, which literally means a dragon pond in Taoyuan. The story behind the name? A long time ago, during a storm, someone saw a dragon flying over a pond, so they renamed the place Dragon Pond. That's how much Taiwanese people love and respect dragons. We also have tons of phrases and idioms about dragons. You've probably heard of this. 望子成龙. This means parents hope their children become as successful as a dragon. And 龙心大悦. This describes an emperor or an important person being super happy. There's also a super famous legend called Carp leaping over the dragon gate. 鱼跃龙门. Picture this. Way back in the day, there was a huge ocean with a giant water gate called the Dragon Gate. The legend says that if a carp could leap over the gate, it would transform into a mighty dragon. It's not easy though. Only the most determined carps, after trying over and over, could finally make it. And when they did, boom, instant dragon. This story became a symbol of hard work leading to success. So what does a dragon look like? Has anyone actually seen one? Probably not. But we've all seen dragons in art, sculptures, or maybe even on TV. The thing I feel pretty funny is that dragons are actually a mix of different animal parts. A shrimp's eyes, an ox's nose, a dog's mouth, a catfish's whiskers, a lion's mane, an eagle's claws, and a snake's body. We see dragons everywhere, even in modern life. Take Taiwan Life Insurance mascot. Taiwan Along. It's a cute dragon, not a scary one. It just goes to show how much Taiwanese people love dragons, whether they are majestic and powerful or adorable and friendly. So what do you think of dragons? In Taiwan, dragons might be from ancient legends, but they are actually a big part of our culture. You see them everywhere. Our language, place names, traditions, and even in everyday life. For us, dragons are not just mythical creatures. They are symbols of hope and good fortune. But hey, let me ask you, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of dragons? For me, I still remember the first time I saw a dragon as a kid. I was so scared. I mean, just look at it. It's got shrimp eyes, an ox's nose, deer antlers, fish scales. What even is that? If something like that suddenly popped up in front of you, what would you do? But here is something funny. When something is seen as powerful or important, people just stop being afraid of it. Instead, they start accepting it, even liking it. It kind of reminds me of how things were when I was a kid. Growing up in Taiwan's more traditional society, back then there was certain teachers I was really scared of. But because they had authority, I just did whatever they said, even when it felt unfair. And the adults around me, they would just say, well, that's how it is. You have to listen to your teachers. Here is another way to think about it. Imagine that, as a kid, someone tells you that tonight a frog is going to sleep in your bed. You will probably be like, wow, no way. But what if they said, oh, this frog is actually a prince under a spell? Would you still feel the same way? It's an interesting thought, right? What do you think? Drop a comment and let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. That's all for today's sharing. And now it's our Taiwanese time. We talk about dragon today, and in Taiwanese, dragon, it's 灵, 灵. Dragon Palace, it's a mythological home of the Dragon King. In Taiwanese, it is 灵宫, 灵宫. Next, it is wind and rain in Taiwanese, that is 风雾, 风雾. Then we say tradition. In Taiwanese, it is 传统, 传统. Finally, parents hope that his child will be successful like a dragon. We say it is 望子成龍, 望子成龍. And now let's recap today's vocabulary. 靈, 靈. 靈宮, 靈宮. 風雨, 風雨. 傳統, 傳統. 望子成龍, 望子成龍. Before we wrap up, I want to share that I've published a new article on my website's newsletter. Growing up in the year of the dragon, what I saw through my sister's eyes. It's a reflection on how being born in the dragon year can be both a source of pride and pressure. From the family's culture expectations to the fierce competition in school, Through my sister's story, I explore how timing, luck, and tradition can shape a person's path in surprising ways. You can read the full article in last Tuesday's newsletter on my website. And don't forget, every Tuesday, I will be publishing a new newsletter that connects with each week's episode, along with the extra insights on culture, travel, language learning, and more. So stay tuned and come join me there for deeper dives into the stories I share here. So now that's the rest of what I had to share today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a 5-star review on your listening platform. Feel free to share this podcast with your friends to help more people discover this podcast. You can also support my work by buying me a cup of coffee, which helps this podcast to continue providing learning resources. Make sure to check our show notes for more information. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you join us again on Taiwan language episode. Till next time, bye bye.